Yes, indeed. A very big hello and welcome to the Dandenong Club, the host venue of the 2022 UBCs. And we are here for the finals of the second event. Sam Hargraves is my name, joined by a very good panel. Our resident expert, Chris Green, to my far left. Greenie, hello to you.
It's great to be back. There's been excitement galore today, and I'm sure some more tonight.
Absolutely, and the lady to my left should need no introduction. Com Games gold medalist, has represented her country on 483 occasions. Kelsey Cottrell, looking forward to this. 22 teams, you're a part of the Weeper Crocs. Now down to the 12 finalists, a prize purse of $500,000 at this tournament. It's rock and roll bowls, and it's been exciting so far.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Great to see the teams that have got through. I was, watching that intro, all the excitement and the action. I think we're going to see a lot of that tonight.
Absolutely. So 12 finalists as there are for this second event, and let's get right into the first matchup. Preliminary finals, then quarterfinals, then semi-finals. And up first, the Flem Colts, one of the team of young guns that are assembled here. Tell us about them, Chris Green.
Nathan Wilson, Dane McKinnon, we've seen what they can provide on the TV rink. And Jordan Yates, we haven't seen him with this production as yet, but what I have seen on the other rinks is he's been on absolute heat. The Flem Colts, we saw the action they provided in Event 1 and Event 2. There's the two boys, Dane McKinnon and Nathan Wilson, who highlight their team tonight.
So in the first finals, in the first event, they made the semi-finals of Event 1. They lost to Dandenong. Their opponents, who lost in the prelims to the highly fancied Warilla Gorillas. Let's talk about this Moama lineup.
Yeah, it's a star-studded lineup, the Moama side. Ryan Bester, one of the biggest drives in the world, if not the biggest. Then followed by Alex Marshall, MBE. He's got the most Commonwealth Games medals for any Scottish athlete. And another Scotsman, Kevin Anderson. He is from the Moama Club. Kevin Anderson is probably the coach, but the third player's also been helping out. It's a formidable three. The two we will be going with tonight will be Ryan Bester and Alex Marshall. As we saw in Event 1, they come up against a red-hot Warilla side, so they'll be hoping to go a little bit further in Event 2 here.
So the Flem Colts finished in 6th spot in their section. The sectionals having over yesterday and this morning, and it was pretty tight at the top. Exodus and UBC challenge. Great story from UBC to make it straight through to the quarterfinals. Whittlesea Eagles, NC Raptors, Darwin Cyclones. So a couple of new finalists from Event 1 to Event 2, Greenie.
Yeah, and Section B standings you see there, they weren't actually confirmed until the last bowl of the last game. Southern California Tsunami were up against the Wellington Hornets. Pretty much all the bowlers were out on the green watching because it was coming down the last bowl to see who would qualify. There was two spots available and 5 teams going for them.
Kelsey Cottrell, who do you like in this matchup?
Oh, look, I mean, it's hard to go past Moama, but they probably haven't had the tournament that we all thought. We kind of look at that lineup and think, oh, gosh, they're just going to blitz it and they're going to finish top of the section, go straight through to finals, easy peasy, but they haven't done it so easily these last few days. So they've definitely been challenged, and these young fellas are definitely up for it.
So Dane McKinnon, the lead, and the Colts are in the purple bowls as we see the lead for Moama, Ryan Bester, the Canadian 3-time Com Games medalist. Let's talk through the rules of this 5 ends. It is rock and roll bowls, as I said, and Greenie, a unique scoring system unlike any that we've seen in any other bowls competition. Talk us through it.
Yeah, it's very unique. It's pairs format. There is 3 on a team, but only 2 will play each game. It's a 30-second shot clock, but the points, there is so many points on offer. Any toucher from any team, you get 3 points towards your tally at the crossover. So once the leads have finished their 3 bowls each before the skips play, whoever's holding the shot will get 3 points. Then the conclusion of an end, there is 10 points on offer for the shot, 5 for the second shot, and 3 points for the third shot. You get first, second, and third. It's 18 points in the ultimate end.
Beautifully explained. That's why he's in the expert seat. So, Kelsey, we're just seeing both leads just trying to find their range at the moment. Dane McKinnon, in one of the early finals of Event 1, started off proceedings with 2 touches in a row, so we know that he can catch fire early.
Yeah, he's been a great player in Victoria for a very long time and got off to a good start here. That's what you want from your lead. Put some pressure on early, and you can see Ryan Bester's having to try and chase that toucher. He's chasing the shot, so, very smart player will always give every bowler a chance.
We're a bit surprised with the international experience that Ryan Bester and the great Alex Marshall had. They were really put away. It was, I think, one of the biggest wins of the finals in Event 1 when Warilla Gorillas got a nice hold of them and didn't let go, Greenie.
No, it was really surprising, just the way it all happened were outstanding, and they blew Moama away. They even shook hands after 4 ends, which you don't often see in such a short format game. You don't see the shaking hands after 4 ends very often.
So the 3 points early for the Colts after having lead. Shot after the lead bowler, Dane McKinnon, put his first 3 down. And they've got first and second shot at the minute. And here is the great Alex Marshall, MBE. 7 World Cup golds, 6 World Indoor golds, 5 Com Games golds for Scotland. That's a very tidy resume, Kelsey.
Yeah, it looks like he's attacking early here. Oh, a little bit unlucky. It was a great shot.
So 3 points for the toucher. But the Colts have still got shot. And now Nathan Wilson, who does march to the beat of his own drum, which I love because he's a fellow Bendigonian. He started playing his bowls at North Bendigo, Australian Open champ in 2014. His brother's Aaron Wilson, who plays for the Deer Park Chargers, but he had a really good event one.
He sure did. He's got great energy on the green, and you know, definitely, you know, you back him to play a big shot at the right time. And we played him in sectional play, and you know, he had, you know, amount of inches to draw the shot, and after running and he's changed his hand and drawn the shot, like he's just, you know, the pressure doesn't get to him, you know, for a young fella that hasn't got a great deal of experience. I mean, he hasn't played for his country or anything like that, like these fellas have. But yeah, definitely back him to be in the area if they can keep it close or get out to an early lead. You know, back Nathan Wilson to play some crackers at the end.
I've got a great family history in bowls. I mean, Aaron is a Com Games gold medalist like yourself. They bring a lot to the sport, but you know, like yourself and like these guys, I mean, when you look at, I think the great stat the other day that the Australian, it was the one-day team or test team, has a higher age average than the current Australian Jackaroos team. It just goes to show you where bowls is tracking.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, events like this is definitely helping the younger guys and girls get a really good showing, I suppose, in bowls. You know, it really suits them. They're enthusiastic. They love this short format.
Just get the bird's eye view camera. Just trying to somehow manufacture energy from the hand to ball without actually touching it, of course. He's a character, Nathan Wilson. But they've got first shot here, 3-all. Final bowl of the first end for Alex Marshall.
Everyone goes pretty quiet when Alex Marshall's on the mat. I think everyone just anticipates he's going to do something amazing every bowl.
Well, it's deference, it's respect, isn't it? Now, we might have knocked themselves out of second and third. How are you looking at that from a bird's eye, Greenie?
Yeah, well, the big thing there for the Colts is obviously coming up against a duo such as Marshall and Bester, getting off to that good start, and it was a very solid start. Marshall was a tad unlucky with his first bowl where he's got the jack and it's landed with the blue, but to get the shot on the first end, and we know that's worth 10 points, it's a big start for them.
It's the great replay there of the reaction from Alex Marshall, not exactly what he was hoping for.
And the input's been put through there. It's 16-8 for the Colts, and you'll see down the bottom left-hand side of the screen there, the 1, 2, 3, and that's the first for the blue and third for the blue. So first and third, so that's 10 points and 3 points, and they get 3 for the league crossover, which was already up there, so that's 16. You'll see that throughout the night as well for our viewers. After the bowls are delivered, the marker simply just inputs into the tablet who's holding first, second and third, and gives you a clear indication of who's holding shot throughout the end.
So Dane McKinnon away to start the second end. Ryan Bester not wasting any time.
Yeah, there's not much need for the shot clock for some of these players, is there, Kelsey?
No, definitely not. Well, we're talking about maybe the leads probably don't need as much time as the skippers. Maybe it'd be nice if I could give some of my time to my skip so he's got a bit more time to calculate what he needs to do.
Yeah, there's plenty of calculations that come into it, especially towards sort of ends 4 and 5.
There we go, toucher for Dane McKinnon. Throughout the course of the afternoon and evening, Chris Green will keep us up to speed on how we're sitting in the standings for most touches. Greenie, there's an award each day or each event.
What I will do, I won't tell you who it is.
Well, you've got to keep something under your hat.
Yeah, but
give us a little surprise by the end of the proceedings.
What I can do is I can tell you how many touches it was.
So 19-18 now, the Colts.
So the touches for the Golden Touch Award, the scoring for that, the tallying up of touches concludes after sectional play, and now we're into the finals. Those touches don't carry over. So 27 was the number. 24 was the number in event 1.
Okay.
27 it was the number for event 2.
He's stalking this one, Ryan Bester. He's liking this.
Can I ask for some clues on who he's got it? Like, was it like a lead or a skipper?
Well, you can tell us that, surely, Greenie.
What I will say is, I don't think their tally is over.
Oh, there you go. So they're into the finals.
So although 27 is what the award will be awarded for, their tally at the end of the event.
Oh, look at this. Look at this from Nathan Wilson. Moama got the 3 points for lead shot. They had first, second and third, but that was fleeting. He's dropped that on a dime.
Yeah, great shot there from Nathan Wilson. And Bester did have 3 on the crossover, but in this kind of caliber event, he probably would have been a little bit disappointed. He just wasn't able to get right on top of it, which is what you need to do end after end.
So, Kelsey, for those who are still learning the bowls lingo, explain the crossover.
Yeah, so you would have seen, you look at it and you think, oh yeah, there's 3 bowls sort of, shots. But in this caliber event, you're looking for touches. You want front touches. You're giving your opposition too much room to go up there, like what Nathan Wilson did. Just go up there and draw a shot, and now he's changed over his hand, and he's going to draw another one.
Look at this.
And he's got a toucher as well. So he's scored 6 points in this end. It's not even finished.
But yeah, he got some touches throughout the event.
Bet he did.
Oh, is that a little clue from Chris Green? So back-to-back touches, and now the Colts holding first, second, and third.
It's great fun trying to work out the tactics of this whole, this event. Any of these short pace formats, like you want to get close, but then you also can't get too close because your opposition skipper with 3 bowls can just go up and attack. So yeah, it's good fun. It's like a game of chess out there.
So has Alex Marshall put that out the back to the right as we're seeing it now for a reason? Are you thinking he's going to go on the attack with his final?
Well, depends what this one lands in.
Doesn't want to give well. This is just phenomenal.
That is 3 awesome shots.
How's the grouping?
Next to no target. And now Ryan Bester, those 2 bowls of Ryan Bester's, you remember on the crossover, they were actually the shots.
Yep.
And now we're looking at them thinking, gosh, if they weren't there, at least Alex Marshall will have a clean shot at the target. So looks like he's on the draw.
So he's not trying to take these away on the drive. He's trying to sneak it around the back. You're almost conceding the end there, aren't you, Alex Marshall? I mean, Nathan Wilson just gave them nothing to work with. And the ultimate end for the Colts, that's a big scoring end. So they got first, second, and third. That's 18 points on the shots alone. Never mind the 2 touches. So a 43-11 lead after 2 ends is that's as dominant end as you can probably put together. After starting well, the Colts went from strength to strength in preliminary final 1. Even with Moama taking the last end, the Colts finished on top with a score of 74-58. Chris Green caught up with them after the match.
Guys, you're both confidence-based players. Beating 2 names such as Marshall and Bester must give you a heap of confidence heading into the rest of the night.
Oh, well, it's always a great challenge coming up against the world's best. And, Nathan was brilliant. So, it's always exciting and a great pleasure to play against the boys, and they're great fellas too. So,
you're right, Nath was brilliant. Nath, how important is it though, with Dane setting things up for you?
It's massive. I think the leads are the most important spot in this sort of format, and they go good. If they go really good, you can't lose. I don't think anyway.
Absolutely. Look, semi-finalists in Event 1, you're now into the quarterfinals, so still a couple to go, and I know you're pretty pumped to go very well here at the UBC. Nath loves it. Dane, you're a big player in this format too. Look, we'll give you a little bit of a break now, and we'll head back for our next preliminary final, so back to you in the box, Sam.
Nicely done, Chris Green, and even nicely done, that's not a word, from the Flem Colts. Brilliant performance, comprehensive victory in the first of the preliminary finals. So how this final system works in the UBC, preliminaries, followed by quarters, followed by semis, and then the finals. So 22 teams in each event, whittled down to 12 for the finals after 10 sectional games, and Moama win their preliminary final bout, lose their preliminary final bout to the Flem Colts, who now take on Exodus in the quarters. As we get set for our next final, Kelsey, you sticking with us?
Yeah, I think I am.
Fantastic.
Unless someone taps me on the shoulder and says, get out of that chair.
Great to have Kelsey Culture with us in commentary. Chris Green, your job now to introduce our next finalist, the NCE Raptors, taking on the Wellington Hornets, one of the New Zealand teams. Talk to us about this Raptors team.
Mate, a great young side. Dean O'Neill, he's been impressing everyone. Josh Corliss, love the Mo. And then the third player in the lineup, Liam Turner. So these three boys all from Bundura RSL. Nathan Bush, who we'll see later, he had big raps on them and guaranteed their spot in the preliminary after one round. So NC Raptors are going to be great to see. Case had big raps on Dean O'Neill leading into this event, and from what I've seen, I'm not surprised why. Obviously there we see Josh Corliss and Dean O'Neill, so that's going to be our lineup for the NC Raptors. Expect big things from these young guys.
And the Wellington Hornets, very well served by a 14-time New Zealand champion in the former Gary Lawson, but talk us through the rest of the side.
Well, Ryan Tainton, he's actually been replaced by David Ferguson, but Gary Lawson, he's a New Zealand legend, and just he loves this event. He's been out there on the green plenty of times. And Mike Kernahan, another Kiwi legend, he's a 2016 Australian Kiwi. He's the World Falls champion. So I think you'll see David Ferguson, who has come into this event, so event number 2, missed event 1. So he's a New South Wales star and a New South Wales skipper, and he'll be playing with the Kiwi legend Gary Lawson.
And how important David Ferguson was, with some great draw shots and a toucher. We pick up the action at N3. Brina, you'd be in a better place to judge, but from someone looking from a bit further away, in any sport, when you're looking at sustaining it and making sure that it perseveres and lives on, you've got to bring people to it younger.
Yeah.
And that's what bowls has done such a brilliant job of doing, whether it be through barefoot bowls or whether it be through some of the programs that the clubs are running at club level to bring people in of a weekend and of a weeknight, the social aspect to it. You know, Benny Jones, who's part of our coverage, is saying that after being here and it being at the Com Games, he's going to go join a bowls club in Bendigo because he's fallen in love with the sport. So,
yeah, no, that's great to hear, and it is. It's all about creating opportunities for everyone. You know, you can't just focus on one market. As we know with bowls clubs, they are the hub of the community as such. A lot of people go there, might not just be for bowls, but to catch up with their friends. And with the different formats of bowls and playing at different times, as you said, playing at on weekends as opposed to weekdays, playing at night time as opposed to daytime, there's just something there for everyone.
So as we get the third end started, it's a commanding 20-point lead at the moment to the Hornets.
Yeah, this end's already shaping up to be a good one. Your lead gets a couple close. I think everyone else follows. You tend to find that, you know, sometimes the closer the leads get, you know, the more jam-packed the heads are. Everyone gets in there. So yeah, looking to be a good end here, and needs to be a good end for the Raptors. They've got the advantage here. Try and tuck this jack around the corner would be perfect.
Toucher here.
Yes.
Oh, look at that.
Perfection.
And just talk us through, Kelsey, why what that does for what's to come after this, which makes that such a good delivery.
Yeah, it's just taking away that. I mean, you know, you're trying to get the shot. it's much easier to get the shot when you can see the jack, because you can kind of just sort of arrive up there and, and you kind of run into the jack or sit a bowl. When you can't see the jack, you've got to really think about what weight you're going to play. You're going to really make sure you're going to turn into the head, or you're going to try and dead draw it, or you're going to, move something. So there's a lot more thought, I think. I think it's just a natural instinct when you get on the mat and you can see the jack. It's kind of like, yeah, right, that's my line. That's the weight I want to play, and away you go.
Josh Corliss with a couple right on the money, and then just hangs one out the back. So, for some who might be asking, why did he do that? Why, after those 2 right on the money, what's he done that one for? Yeah,
so the last thing he wanted to do was draw another one and fatten that target, because at the moment, I think you can see, a quarter of the shot bowl, not even. So very tough shot here for Gary Lawson. He needs to probably just draw close just to fatten the target up for his next 2. You don't want to make it any easier if you're opposition. It's hard work. It's hard work getting 2 bowls, that close on the line. You don't want to. You don't want to stuff it up.
And in line, yeah.
Especially having last bowl too. Like, he's got the opportunity with his last if he needs to.
So this is Dean O'Neill.
He's played good weight. He actually wants us to turn a bit more. So he actually played the forehand so that he wouldn't put that bowl there on the backhand, and he's ended up doing it on the forehand. So just really important in those situations to make sure you really concentrate on your line, because he's just made that look probably a little bit easier for Gary Lawson from the mat.
So he's giving Gary a target there, has he, Kelsey?
Yeah, I think just from the mat it will always look that little bit better when you've got a couple of bowls to sort of aim at. You're like, right, if I get sort of roughly in the middle of those 2, I'll be close.
Might push that. That's a bit wide and substantial weight on that. Was that? I'm not sure whether that would have been the intention.
Oh, he's a pretty aggressive player. I think, It definitely probably...
So you're thinking the tactic there was to go at the one on the right as we're seeing it now,
trying to get
and knock that out and hold.
Definitely trying to get a bit of movement on that shot bowl.
Sure.
The one that's really, the shot bowl that's on the jack. If he can just get any movement on that, they've got a few catches behind. And if you're a touch wide, you can get a bit of a feather off the wing bowl there. So this is a good spot here for the young fellas.
Shaping is a good end at the moment for the Raptors. First, second and third shot. So that would actually put them in the lead if it's to stay as it is. But let's not count the maestro from New Zealand out just yet, Gary Lawson. And you can always take your cues off the crowd, and they know how clutch a delivery is.
So, first, second and third at the moment to the Raptors. And it's a bit hard to really get in there for another touch or 2.
I probably wouldn't even worry about playing it. You can't get a touch, or you can't score any more shots. Have a practice one out wide or something for later, maybe.
Yep. Because at the moment you've just leapfrogged them into the lead with how things stand at the minute.
Yep. Yep. So I think with this one, just pick a spot. Have a practice shot.
If he
well, there was probably just the tiniest little chance of that touch off, but not quite. Just wasn't quite lined up for him.
So they've kept. That's a phenomenal end. They picked up 24 points, but they also kept the Hornets scoreless in that end. And the comeback didn't stop there, with the NCE Raptors outscoring the Wellington Hornets 67-53. Chris Green has Dean O'Neill and Josh Corliss, our winning NCE Raptors.
Thanks very much, Sam. Look, guys, you both play at Bundoora RSL. You're obviously good mates. It looks like you're having a lot of fun out here representing the NCE Raptors in the UBC.
Yeah, it's fantastic to be out here. It's such a good experience, and obviously to enjoy it with one of my good mates and club mates. It's really good.
And Josh, obviously with Event 1, it took a bit of building. You do play at home, as I said, Bundoora RSL. Event 1, you would have taken a lot out of that to get the experience, and now in Event 2, you're really showing us fireworks.
Yeah, we tried to use event 1 as a bit of a learning curve. First time for all 3 of us playing together in this sort of format. So yeah, and I think we've done a pretty good job so far in event 2 to learn from what we did wrong in event 1. So.
Fantastic, guys. Well done, and we look forward to seeing you later on this afternoon.
A couple of Bundura boys doing well, and they get their path into the quarterfinals to take on the Warilla Gorillas, and that lineup is a formidable one, as I said earlier. Jackaroos, Aaron Tees and Corey Wedlock, Jeremy Henry, King Henry from Northern Ireland in there as well. Wellington Hornets, you'd expect to see them feature in the finals of event 3. The NCE Raptors through to face the Warilla Gorillas. Greenie, that's just a great, encouraging performance from that young side, the youngest in the UBC tournament.
Well, the first game, you know, you've got the experienced sides, and then you've got these young stars coming through, and very impressive, really, really impressive. And I think the beauty is event 1 for them was sort of just building a bit of a platform, understanding the tactics, and now event 2, they're really shining through. Their quality and their star power is really coming to the floor.
Time for preliminary final 3. The Deer Park Chargers up against the Darwin Cyclones. Take us through this Deer Park Chargers lineup, Greenie.
Well, there we have gold medalist singles, Commonwealth Games gold medalist Disco Wilson, Sean Baker from Queensland Musgrave Hill, and the local Deer Park Charger, James Pearce. He's been very impressive. His stats have been outstanding. So Aaron Wilson, Sean Baker, James Pearce, they are your Deer Park Chargers. And we will see James Pearce on the TV rink tonight. Big cheer there from all of the Deer Park supporters who are here to watch their boys.
They've got a few of them as well. That's a nice welcome to the Deer Park Chargers. And take us through this Darwin Cyclones lineup, led by Jackaroo Matt Lucas.
Yeah, Matty Lucas, this is the tallest team in the comp. Matty Lucas, we've seen his brilliance. Tristan Smallcombe, he is the tallest man in the team. And then we have Cohen Litfin. All 3, they've all been doing their job and they've been playing great in each position. It's obviously Darwin Cyclones. We saw him in event 1 in the finals. They're back, event 2, once again in the finals. Matty Lucas and Tristan Smallcombe. That's going to be their duo for tonight.
And they've got great support too. Been joining us in commentary. It was great to have Kelsey Cottrell, but one of the owners of the Geelong Clippers who won event 1, Nathan Bush, is a 2019 state champ in the singles. He's been good enough to jump back in commentary. Bushy, g'day, mate.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. What a game this will be. Obviously, I've got an inkling that Deer Park will get over the line, and also just an interesting one. It's side by side in the corporate boxes here. Northern Territory versus Deer Park, so that'll be interesting. Keep an eye on that one.
Bushy, we just saw the NCE Raptors. We go back to the first game of event 2.
Yep.
And what was your call?
Look, I called him a moral. I called him an absolute moral to make the final, so I'm glad that that came to fruition because I really rate Dean O'Neill.
We talked about orange and blue in the first finals night. Well, the tables have been turned.
There we go, a toucher straight away from Tristan Smallcombe. And didn't that bring the Darwin boys to their feet?
Big shout out to Mark and the team from Deer Park giving James Pearce an opportunity on the TV rink and in the finals. And it's a great reply.
So he's just opened it up, get a bit of separation between that lead shot from the Cyclones.
That'll give him a lot of confidence too. His first bowl on the TV rink and in finals, effective bowl.
Tristan Smallcombe, 2020 champion of champions. He defeated Ben Walsh from Queensland, the first Territorian bloke to do that. So he's a history maker as well. And hasn't he started in magnificent touch? 2 touches.
And that was right here as well, I believe. So he obviously knows the carpet well.
He's thrown down the gauntlet straight away. Welcome to the TV rink, Tristan Smallcombe. That one's pushed out the back by James Pearce.
Does he switch over and go for 3?
Why not? Got to ride the wave, don't you, Bushy? You've got to ride that wave.
You've got to get a heat check.
Double down. You know, in this case, triple down. How are we looking?
He's on a good track for it. I'll tell you what.
He's giving him a big chance here.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. 3 touches with his first 3 bowls, and he has lit up this prelim straight off the bat in N1. 9 points to 0.
And just looking at the stats, boys, this pairing, Tristan Smallcombe and Matty Lucas, they haven't lost a game this event.
Wow, there you
Played
go.
5, and they've won all of them.
They'll be 12 points to 0 up after the lead because they'll get lead shot. They get the 3 touches as well. In this format of scoring, 12-0 to start things off in the first end. That's as good a start as you could hope for, Bushy.
What
I
a
don't think you
start.
can get a better start.
No, what a start.
Perfect start.
Look, I've seen it once before at this tournament. I think Ali Forsyth did it as well, but what a start in your first game in the finals for the UBC, because I think it's a different lineup that the Cyclones have gone with, Chris.
Yeah, they had Cohen Litfin in the finals for event 1, Green.
Yep. Well, as I just said, that just goes to show. Event 2, they've obviously changed things up, and they know it's a winning combination, so no need to change it.
And also the difference here is in this event too, we've got the stats, live stats. All the team owners and all the players have the stats.
Well, the Deer Park duo, they've only lost 1 from 5. So they're sitting at 80%, this duo.
You think you'd have to get this one past the Jack?
And if you're having a look at the Bowls Australia website, bowls.com.au, go and click on the Jackaroos lineup and you'll see Matt Lucas's profile's been put up there.
And that's what he looks
Newly
like without a
appointed
hat.
Jackaroo. Nothing wrong with no grass growing on a very busy street.
No.
Greenie.
Especially when you've got the good shine going on.
Fireworks here, orange.
Bang. Just
Good
didn't
shot.
come off exactly as Aaron Wilson would have hoped. He born in St Arnaud, but I consider him a Bendigo boy as well, Bushy. Australian champion of champions in the singles.
He's got to get to the tee here. I believe they're 3 down at the tee. Be close, but they're definitely down shot, but that's where he's going.
Needs to hurry a little. Well, he'd have second shot on the tee.
Yeah, he's done enough to...
So is he looking to cause some chaos here?
Good call, James. Confidence.
Here's your answer. That's a very good start for the Cyclones at the end of the first. They almost get every available point. An ultimate end, 3 touches, 30-0 to jump Deer Park after the first end. This is going to take something pretty substantial for Deer Park to work their way straight back into this.
Yeah, look, both players will be looking to win every end from here, make sure they get first shot for the next 4 ends, and that'll play a big difference in the overall result. Still not too far away, 30 shots. The big thing is they got 4 ends.
Unfortunately, the early 30-point lead proved too much for Deer Park, who had no answer for Smallcombe. The Darwin Cyclones kept a strong lead throughout the rest of the match, winning with 73 points to Deer Park's 56. Chris Green caught up with Matt Lucas and Tristan Smallcombe after the match. Let's go to our winning Darwin Cyclones. Chris Green is with Matt Lucas and Tristan Smallcombe.
Thanks, Sam. Matty, I'm going to start with you. Tristan's first end, toucher, toucher, toucher. Have you got any spray left?
Well, I used to work in a bowl shop, so pretty handy. I got some on hand, and mate, that was just awesome. I think he scored 60 or 63 shots himself there. Insane, and I was there and just almost wore the skin off my hands, clapping.
It was an amazing performance, and look, you yourself, you finished up with a toucher there, which probably actually won it for the side. Tristan, you're a proud Darwin Bowls Club member. What does it mean to you to be representing the proud Darwin Cyclone franchise in the UBC?
Yeah, it's just amazing. We're only a small membership in the territory, but yeah, give them something to watch and cheer for. It's pretty amazing.
No, well done, boys. You've obviously ticked off the prelim final into the quarters now, so good luck. We'll see you later on. Back to you, Sam.
Well done, Greeny, and well done to the Darwin Cyclones. We have a look at some of the highlights, and didn't they jump out of the blocks in the first end, Bushy? Those 3 touches, but they had 30-0 on the board, and it was always going to be a big mountain to climb for Deer Park.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, in any sport, you want a good start, and Tristan played the perfect end, to be honest. He was the difference, and hats off.
It's a big score for Darwin, 73-56, the highest scoring win of the preliminary finals so far, and they move into the quarters to take on the UBC challengers, Brendan McCallum, Matty Curter, Adrian Marchioli, as Chris Green rejoins us. Greeny, that was, for as good as a performance as that was, the fight back from Deer Park can't be underestimated either. So it would be so easy to have maybe dropped your bundle staring down the barrel 30-0, but they fought back, and they fought back well.
Yeah, look, they're a great side, and as we saw with the stats and their winning averages, also with the supporters here, and plus you throw in your Disco Wilson. You've got James Pearce leading, Disco Wilson skipping. There's nothing impossible, so it was a great fight back, and it'll give him a bit of confidence as well heading into event 3.
Benny Jones and Nathan Wilson, a couple of Bendigo boys, made good on the UBC stage. You guys have been talking off camera about how excited you are for this matchup. And Greeny, I'll let you introduce the point because this is a team very close to your heart.
I do know a little bit about this trio, and I'm looking forward to seeing them play. They just scraped in the finals. But Ali Forsyth, Kiwi legend, one of the best runners in the world. You got David Axon. He's the Welsh wizard. Now he calls Tarrant Point his home, and we love having him there. And Kyle Hansen, he is one of the rising stars of bowls. He's a greenkeeper at the point. He loves his little Tarrant Point cap. And this trio, look, it's just great to see him smiling and having fun here at the UBC. So Axon and Ali, they're going to be the 2. And look, a formidable duo because these two actually worked together to claim UBC event number 2 in 2019 at Deer Park.
All right, now the Whittlesea Eagles. Lee Schreiner, who used to be the coach at Bendigo East, is a World Singles Champion of Champions. Who's the rest of their lineup?
Yeah, Johnny McCarron, he's a Victorian state representative. Lee Schreiner, former Australian representative. Ben Windsor, he hasn't represented the state yet, but I'm sure a big performance here at the UBC, and he'll be pushing his case. The Whittlesea Eagles.
And let's see their lineup.
So Lee Schreiner, sure he'll be skipping, and then you've got Johnny McCarron. So Johnny was he was part of the Burra Boys when they claimed the victory at Moama in 2019 event 3.
What do you like about this team? You were saying how excited you were to be watching them in action, Bushy.
Yeah, look, I think Ali Forsyth, he's the X factor in this particular matchup. As Chris alluded to, his runners high percentage strike rate to get him. So we'll be looking for that. So we just need a bit of a setup from the Welsh wizard Axon. But it's going to be a good battle. All 4 players, very, very good.
After a strong start from the point, the Whittlesea Eagles picked up their game, especially Johnny McCarron, who collected an incredible 5 touches in a row.
But he is sticking to his backhand.
55-29, I should say. Score. Ooh, he's going again. He's going again.
Bushy.
Greeny.
He's done this, Bushy.
Oh,
well,
5 in a row. 5 touches in a row for Johnny McCarron. He can't be stopped. Johnny, be good. With both teams fighting for last spot in the quarterfinals, we pick up the match in the final end.
If you're looking to put the pressure on with his first, give himself a chance for a toucher. And if he doesn't get the toucher, he finishes in a good home. He's played good weight at it.
And boys, what's the odds on 2 or more touches for McCarron?
Well, the way he's bowling at the moment, you wouldn't deny him of it. He's just got the radar locked in.
Brilliant. Great start.
He's definitely gone to Specsavers, keeping on top of your eye health. He's out turf. Great to have Specsavers on board as one of our valued sponsors. David Axon.
Swap him over. So he's going to go on his backhand on the grandstand side of the rink.
That's the thing, if he's got an interesting forward movement, doesn't he, Johnny McCann? Looks like
Yeah,
he's tripping
does.
over when he plants that front foot.
And Johnny can actually bowl both hands as well. One of the UBC events, he actually did bowl right-handed.
Oh, can he really?
Yeah, incredible athlete.
Ambidextrous. What kind of an advantage can it give you if you can release with precision on both hands, Bushy?
Oh, look, I've never seen that before, both left and right. I mean, Alex Marshall also showed us at Deer Park that he can play both hands as well.
Ali's actually been caught out at one stage doing it.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh,
Was it a touch-up?
it was.
Yeah.
That's his 6th. Not in a row, but you'd take it.
So Ali was actually photographed in a New Zealand event playing right-handed. And of course, he's a left-hander. And someone rang him up and said, "When did you change hands?" Like, because he can actually play both hands.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Well.
So the Point get the lead shot, but it's still a 14-point lead in favour of Whittlesea, who got the toucher as well. And this has been a phenomenal display from Johnny McCarron.
Yeah, we've got the scores there. So how it lies now, if there's no touches, the Blues need to get 3 shots. The ultimate end.
Oh, they might have just helped out Whittlesea there.
He's going to have to do something with every bowl he has here, Ali. Even just to change it up, he might be looking to turn the shot bowl onto the jack. Or if he's just high of it, he can get the 2 oranges.
And what about for lead? Does he stay aggressive, or do you
I think he plays a defensive bowl, to be honest.
push one out the back?
Yeah, I think it's going in the zone. And he's played that forehand to be just past it, which he's done. Probably just wanted to be on the other side of that blue, but still effective bowl past the jack. So I think we'll see about a yard of weight and on the forehand, trying to change it up a little bit.
You just have to go for it, really, don't you?
Absolutely.
It's the last of our preliminary finals. The winner of this goes on to face the Geelong Clippers in the quarterfinals.
As long as he gets one of them. Both. What a shot.
Oh,
Wow.
when they needed it most. Ali Forsyth is keeping the point in this at the minute. They've got the ultimate end. Currently, what can Lee Schreiner do?
Kyle check. Wow.
Kyle Hansen is just a bag of nerves at the minute. A third member of this point
Lee
team.
Schreiner,
Lee's
that's
trying to thread the
outstanding.
needle. Gets
Outstanding. Now we need
into
a quick
second
call here.
shot.
It's going to have to be a quick call.
We're seeing the communication here. The shot clock is at 15, so they've got to hurry up. They've got to make a decision,
Yep.
and they've just got to go for it.
Great bowl, Lee Schreiner.
So with the final on the line, what can Ali Forsyth bring out? They trail by 14. Has he given this what it needs?
Once.
Oh, he may just have. Oh, they almost had the ultimate.
The bowler's rolled out.
The bowl rolled out, so they've got first and third at the minute, which won't be enough to bridge the gap, and they shake hands.
Wow.
So it went
What
all
a
the way
game.
down to the wire. What a game.
game.
What a performance from both teams. Chris Green, though, he is with the Whittlesea pair, Lee Schreiner and Johnny McCarron.
Thanks, Sam. What an absolute classic. It had everything, including 5 touches in a row, Johnny. You must have been finding it pretty easy out there.
No, definitely not, mate. I think I was
joking with Axe. I think I've been saving them up for a couple of days, so lucky you got a few there. It's good.
You got a few cheers and boos from the crowd when you didn't go for the 6th one. Was that your call, Leroy?
Well, it was. I'm sorry. The way Ali was turning the head, so John was incredible, but Ali's all weights and even his draw was so good that I just had no answer for it. So I was just hoping Johnny could get him there for me because I was struggling to find it.
Well, you speak of Ali and his brilliance. Obviously, Ali and Axon are previous event champions in 2019, so that must give you guys a lot of confidence heading into throughout this knockout round.
Oh, as you know, we finished 3rd, so we've got to win 4 knockout games to go all the way. You need your fair share of luck, and Ali's just unfortunately rolled that 3rd bowl out, or I probably would have been twitching on the mat and spooned one. So we're just lucky to have snuck there. But thanks to all the points Johnny got up at league, took a lot of pressure off me.
Thank you, Greenie, and well done to the Whittlesea Eagles. These are the highlights. That was a thoroughly entertaining preliminary final. They were 23 points up at the end of the 3rd with the Whittlesea Eagles, and you thought they might have been home and hosed, but the point came back, and they came back with a vengeance. In the end, just a 2-point win to the Whittlesea Eagles, and they will go on to face the winners of Event 1, the Geelong Clippers, in the quarterfinals as Chris Green rejoins. You must have been proud of your boys, the point, Greenie. They fought it out to the very end and kept them honest.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great fight back, and as Ali said after the game when I said a quick chat, it was those first 2 ends that let them down. But look, they never gave up, and it was an incredible finish, and the match did have everything. But those 5 touches from Johnny McCarron, that was pretty special.
Yeah, that's been the highlight of the finals of Event 2 for me. Join us next week when we take a look at the UBC quarterfinals. The UBC is proudly supported by Ryman Healthcare, Henselite, Sports Centre, Audica, Specsavers, Apia, and the Dandenong Club.